Hi VC, it's Aaron with Elmer. Today I'm entering a contest for Telegram Sam. And the contest is a Connect 4, so you have to connect 4 records together. I'm going to do a little more than that. But Telegram Sam has a great channel. She's fairly new, a few months old. I've been following her since she joined. Really great channel. She does a lot of music that I love, which I put up back here is a lot of the stuff that I've only seen on her channel, except for me. And I'm sure there's other people that show up. That's just the only ones I've seen show these bands here, these two. And very cool. Love her channel. Great personality. Really great channel. And so this is a really cool contest. And I had kind of a bit too much fun putting this one together. So I'm going to start off with this record here. And this is Judas Priest, Sin After Sin. This is actually my favorite Judas Priest record. It was, I believe, 1977. This one and Stained Class are my two favorites, actually. I really love the 70s Judas Priest. I like the 80s as well. But this is a great record. I love this one. It's got a lot of good songs. Sinner and Last Rose of Summer is kind of a slower one. But it's got, Dissident Aggressor, which Slayer covered. Here Come the Tears. Call for the Priest, Raw Deal. Really great album. But the thing I'm going to connect from this is actually who produced it. And the producer of this record is actually the bass player of this band here, Roger Glover from Deep Purple. And I was kind of surprised when I found that. I was going to, do something else, but I was like, that's too good of a thing to pass up there. Roger Glover from Deep Purple, the bass player, produced that record. And this here is an amazing record. It's their most recent. I think they have a covers album coming out, or it might be out. I don't think so, but this is a great record. It's got Throw My Bones is one of my favorite songs they've ever done, really. But this is amazing. They got Ian Gillan back in the band at this point, and it was surprising how great this album was it was a 2020 release. And I love this record. And so I'm going to go kind of the same way with this one. And the producer of this record was the producer of this record, Bob Ezrin, who produced Kiss, Destroyer. So, if you can combine Deep Purple and Kiss, that's pretty good stretch there, I guess. And this is, of course, was the Kiss's big studio breakout album. Of course, they had Kiss Alive, which is their big breakout. But this came right after Kiss Alive, and Bob Ezrin produced it. So maybe the most produced album they had at that point for sure. And had the big hits Beth and Detroit Rock City and Do You Love Me and Shout It Out Loud. And King of the Nighttime World's great. But this is a really good album. It's one of my least favorite Kiss, and it's still one of my favorites of all time, because I love Kiss. But there we go. So they got some Kiss there. And so this album here was produced by Gene Simmons. He also co-wrote a song on here. And this is Black and Blue with Nasty Nasty, one of my favorite records of the 80s. Love this album. And this is a Portland, Oregon hard rock heavy metal band. They had 4 albums. Really killer band. I love Black and Blue. They're my favorite band from Portland, Oregon. And, this has, the song Nasty Nasty actually has the same riff as Kiss Domino. If you listen to those, it's like the same music. It's pretty cool. This came out years before. And yeah, this is great. And there's a song on here called Best in the West. And on Best in the West, they had guest vocals from the lead singer of Keel, Ron Keel. And Keel's another really great hard rock heavy metal band from the 80s. This is Final Frontier, my favorite album by them. And, had Mark Ferrari on guitar. Really good album here. And there's a song on here called Because the Night, which is a cover of from this record, Patti Smith, the Patti Smith group. This is the album Easter, and it was co-written with Bruce Springsteen. Really great song. Most people know that song. It was a pretty big hit, Because the Night. And this is a great album. This is just like the beginnings of punk stuff. Really good. And the producer of this record is Jimmy Levine, who produced tons of records. When I was looking through his catalog, it's like I didn't realize how big of a producer he was, but he produced this record and a few of Tom Petty's. And I love this record. This is the Damn the Torpedoes. Really great, It's got Refugee, which is one of my favorite Tom Petty songs. Don't Do Me Like That's on here. Even the Losers. Really great album. And so I got some Tom Petty. And of course, Tom Petty was in this band, the Traveling Wilburys, which was a super group. And it had, of course, there's, let's see, we got Bob Dylan and Jeff Lynne, Tom Petty, Roy Orbison, and George Harrison. Of course, most people know this band. This is a really great album here. And of course, another member of that band was Bob Dylan. And Bob Dylan, you know, he's an amazing, one of the greatest songwriters of all time. And during this era, that might be here right there on the cover, but he was dating Joan Baez, who's right there. And she was an amazing folk artist. And she did this record here, Diamonds and Rust, amazing album. I mean, it's really good folk music, you know, good stuff here. Amazing song, Diamonds and Rust, love that. And which comes all the way back to this record, because on this record, Judas Priest cover Diamonds and Rust, which is actually the second song on the record there. And it's one of my favorite cover songs of all time. They totally changed it, make it heavy metal, pretty cool. And so I connected 10 and kind of did a circular thing. And I hope that works for you, Sam. And you know, this is a push to 600. You're now pushing 800. By the time this is done, you might be pushing 1,000. So congratulations. You deserve it. You've got a great channel. And I will see everyone next time. Goodbye.